Hey guys, Justin with Backyard Bushcraft. So spring has officially sprung, and with it come a lot of the things that we love to do. More sunshine, more bushcraft, longer hikes, more camping, campfires, and unfortunately, ticks. Now, if you found one of these bloodsuckers on you, there's no reason to panic. This video is for you. We're gonna walk through what to do if you've been bitten by a tick, when they are most active, and what to do to protect yourself from even getting a tick on you the next time you head outside. Most ticks are active from early spring through late fall, with peak activity in the warmer months, obviously. But depending on where you live, you can encounter them all year long. They love tall grass, leaf litter, shady, moist environments. Pretty much basically everywhere we love to bushcraft, camp, and hike. So let's get to it. You've been bitten by a tick. Now what? One of the first things you want to do is you want to remove that tick as soon as possible. You don't want to panic and rip it out of you. You could risk leaving the embedded head in your skin and risk further transmission of any disease or pathogen that tick may be carrying. One of the tools that I have found extremely useful and something I carry with me no matter what time of year it is are these tick keys. And the way that you do use it, right on the front of this tick key, it'll tell you this side up. You will see the tick embedded in your skin, and you want the hind legs of that tick facing the back of this tick key. And all you're going to do is, let's say there's a tick right here on my hand. You're going to put the head of the tick inside that little slot right there. And then you're going to press down and you're going to pull backwards towards the hind legs of that tick. And it should pull out very easily. Once you've removed the tick from your skin, you want to wash the area with soap and water or alcohol, rubbing alcohol, if you have any available to you. So now that you have the tick removed, I consider this probably one of the most important steps in the tick removal process. You want to take that tick and you want to save it. You want to put it in some type of jar or in some type of Ziploc bag. Whether it's dead or alive, it does not matter. But the reason why you want to keep that tick is, God forbid, you happen to start seeing some type of reaction a few days later, or you start getting some type of symptoms from the tick bite. You want to be able to positively identify the tick and have that tick tested for whatever pathogen or whatever disease it may be carrying. So just a fun fact for you, not every tick crawling on the ground is a carrier of a pathogen or a disease, like most people think, okay? 50% of the black-legged deer ticks out there are carriers of Lyme disease. Well, we also have the American dog tick. And the American dog tick, which is a carrier of Rocky Mountain spotted fever, less than 1% of those ticks crawling on the ground have that pathogen or that disease with it. The Lone Star tick, which is becoming known for the alpha-gal pathogen. To be honest, I don't know what the percentage is of that, but either way, they're gross. I hate ticks, and it's always good to prevent them from even being on you to begin with. And that's the next thing that we're going to focus on. So just to recap real quick, we got a tick on us. We're going to remove that tick. We're going to wash the area with soap and water, or rubbing alcohol, whichever we have available to us. We're going to put that tick in a bag or a jar for identification purposes, and then you're going to monitor your health, right? So you may get a little bit of a rash from the actual tick bite. That is not a sign or symptom of any pathogen or disease that's been transmitted to you. Normally, it takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for the tick to be feeding from you before they transmit any type of disease or pathogen, okay? And then about 7 to maybe 21 days after that, you'll start seeing symptoms from anything that they may have transmitted to you. So you want to look out for like a bullseye type rash, which is a good indication of Lyme disease from a black-legged deer tick. And again, if you don't have any rash, you don't have any other signs or symptoms, but you just feel off in that 2 or 3 week time period of getting bitten by the tick, I would suggest you go see your doctor. You let them know what your concern is. Hey, I've been bitten by a tick. I don't have any signs or symptoms of anything other than just feeling a little off. You give them the tick to test, and then they can run their little diagnostics on you, on the tick, and then they can figure out that hopefully you were not infected with something and have to go down that road of treating a tick bite. Avoiding tick bites, being properly prepared, is obviously the best way to avoid a tick bite at all. Some of the ways that we can avoid having a tick even get on our skin is pretty simple. Number one, you're going to wear light colored clothing. This way you can see a tick crawling on you before it even has a chance to get past your clothing and onto your skin. A second thing you could do is you can tuck your pants into your socks. Ticks will not or are not strong enough to fight through creases and crevices of clothing. Normally what happens is they will crawl to a spot, they'll get some resistance. In other words, if I have my sleeve is like this and they're crawling up my arm and they get to this part of my sleeve, they're not strong enough to crawl under that sleeve and continue to crawl up my arm. They normally, or will most likely, start feeding on me right at this point of resistance. So tuck your pants into your socks. You might look like a dork, but you're not going to get bitten by a tick. And one of the best ways to avoid a tick bite or even a tick being able to latch onto you is to treat your gear or your clothing with permethrin. Now, at the beginning of the video, you saw me spraying some DEET, some regular off, wood stuff. This is great for mosquitoes, obviously. When it comes to ticks, as you spray this on your skin and it dries, it becomes less effective for tick bites. So initially, it will work. If there was a tick that crawls on your skin and you had just sprayed the DEET on you, it kind of gives the tick like a hot foot. They don't want to really be on you and they'll fall off, and that's pretty much the end of that. But once this dries on your skin, this is really more designed for mosquitoes. It's going to throw off their receptors and they're not going to want to land on you, therefore fly away. So you don't want to use any type of DEET product for tick prevention, okay? The best tick prevention is the permethrin. Now, you can buy clothing that is impregnated with this permethrin. It lasts up to, I believe, like 60 or 70 washes. You can go in and out of the woods on a daily basis, and you really won't have to worry about any ticks latching onto you. And the way that it was explained to me, like I just said before, it kind of gives a tick like a hot foot. They get on you, they don't want to really be on you, they slip off, and that's the end of them. They just kind of crawl away. So another fun fact for you, ticks don't just fall out of trees, they don't fly, they don't jump, okay? They don't even have eyes. What they want to do is they want to feed on a warm-blooded animal. And if you think like a tick, you can pretty much avoid being in an area that they're going to be waiting to latch onto some type of warm-blooded animal. So stick to the middle of the trail. If they want to feed on a raccoon, they're going to be somewhere low in the grass. If they want to feed on a deer, think about, visualize how tall a deer is, and they're going to be somewhere in that area. So when the body of the deer walks by, they can latch on to that deer pretty easily. So any areas like that you kind of want to stay away from, stick to the middle of the trail, and you should be okay. And always, most importantly, no matter how long you've been outside for, whether it was a couple of hours or it was a few days in the woods, you want to daily, you want to do a full body tick check. You want to check all of those hidden spots. You want to check behind your knees, you want to check your underarms, you want to check your hairline, and yes, you want to check those important spots as well. Ticks are pretty sneaky, but with a little awareness and a little preparedness, they don't have to ruin your time being outside. So that's going to wrap it up for me tonight, guys. Like I said, you've been bitten by a tick. Now what? get that tick off you, wash the area, save the tick for identification, monitor your health, and obviously be aware and prepare for when you're about to go out in the woods or you're about to go out on a hike and get those clothes treated with some type of permethrin so you don't have to worry about these guys latching onto you. And as you know, guys, I am an Amazon associate. Anything I talked about today, I'll have as a link in my description, the tick keys and the permethrin spray. If you go ahead and you click on those links and you happen to buy something through the Amazon Associates link, I do get credit and some type of commission for that. And it helps my channel grow, helps me do some of the things that I'm really looking forward to doing this year, and I really appreciate it. So hopefully today's video, guys, helped you figure out what to do if you ever get bitten by a tick, what to do as far as preparing, how to keep a tick off of you. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and more importantly, ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. I really appreciate you guys checking me out today. This is Justin with Backyard Bushcraft, signing out.